Just,
Hades, I don't know
just
where.
plant a little kiss on his cheek.
What's up, guys? YST here, and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, joined by my good friend Nubraids. How's it going, bro?
Oh, it's good. Thank you so much for having me on the channel. It's my first time here.
Yeah.
Delighted to finally get to collab together.
Sometimes I'm actually sitting there and I'm like, yo, do you know what? I miss doing a video of Nubraids today. It's like we usually do it for like every week or two. I looked at my channel, I was like, it's been like nearly 3 weeks, so I thought we'd just get you on. But in terms of this video today, we will be breaking down every single solo Bommal strategy out there with some help of some content creators' videos that we will pull up in a second. And we'll basically talk about the pros and cons of these compositions. And if you're trying to build a solo champion, which one is the one that you guys really want to go for? So in terms of Bommal, Nub, which team do you use on your account at the moment?
Well, you know what? The funny thing is, right, that I have been using a Revive on Death team, which I've actually showcased on my channel before. And with that team, it's like going in with Mother Cybele, it's going in with Skytouch Shaman and stuff like that. And Geomancer, of course. Yeah. But the weird thing about it was that I've actually changed the builds on some of those champions. So I went in and the team didn't work anymore. I was like, no. So I had to rejig it. And like I had some weird team with Elva that was very similar. Got a little bit messy, but we got through. So I don't actually have a very good Bommal 90 team as of right now. I need to fix it. So that's where I'm at.
Before the Bommal as well, before we talk about it, what do you think about the Bastion? Are you a fan of?
I love it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I was wondering if they have it ready for this year because they've added in, like, you know, the Altar of Souls. That's a new thing.
Yeah.
But it looks great.
Yeah, for anybody that's not been around since last year, they actually used to have an ice rink that would go down here. And then all of the starter champions would be slipping and sliding. But now they got Zargala versus Gallic having a snowball fight, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, I love it. It's always depressing, though, when, like, you come to the end of January. Whenever they finally remove it way too late. And then it's back to normal.
It's just like plain. It's like, oh no, we're back to 2019.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, we're just gonna bring up the things. We'll be right back. All right, so here is some fellow content creators, some good friends of ours, and we got ColdBrew looking at me like, why on earth are you sitting next to me, YST? Like, what's going on? But yeah, so the first team that we're going to be speaking about, and I'll leave all of these videos in the description or pinned below so you guys can go and check out these specific teams and how you'd kind of want to build them and stuff. But this one in particular is using a farmable rare champion in Templar. Is this somebody that you've used before on your account?
No, never.
It's not.
No.
So how long do you think it's going to take ColdBrew here to actually do this run? Because it is actually a manual run, which is very tedious.
It's going to be brutal. I'd say it's at least 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah? So
yeah, at least.
In terms of like the gear sets and stuff, we want to look at the stats, which he has here at around 70,000 HP, which is around the normal amount when you're doing regeneration builds. And the base stats on a Templar, I must say, is actually pretty decent for a rare at 15,000. He's got close to 3,000 defense, and the speed is the standout for me. Going at 100, no, what even is that? 250 speed. That's pretty fast for a 92 base speed, in my opinion.
Or it's 240 speed he's at.
Is it 2? Yeah. Oh, it's the 92. I thought it was 102. Yeah. So, all right. So if we just go through here, masteries. All right. We've gone for the War Master, of course. That's how we're going to deal with damage. And where's his overall stats here? So he went at, 240 speed, 70,000 HP, 3,000 defense. I don't think you need to hide for this one, Nubs.
I know.
He just likes hiding.
Yeah, I do.
I don't want to be a YST.
We need to move ColdBrew. He's blocking it now. Gosh darn it, ColdBrew. Ruining the collab.
So, all right, we'll leave this in the background for a second. Oh, ColdBrew, please.
Oh, he's moved again. He's trying to eat you. He's coming in for a kiss. Swooping in.
He's all over the gaff. All right, so as in this team here, as you see, he's actually doing it manually, which is one of the most tedious things to do against a Bommal for solo strategies. Have you ever done a solo strategy on your account for Bommal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one did you use?
I did Crimson Helm, who I think we're going to talk about as well.
Yeah.
So with Crimson Helm, I was slightly low on gear, and it wouldn't work. And I got to the point where I said, doing manual Bommal is actually so horrible. It's just soul destroying.
Yeah.
It's like the worst way you can spend 20 minutes or 30 minutes of your time. So I said, you know what? I just rather not do Doom Tower this rotation. I'll just
Yeah.
wait, even though it's the best one.
Do you know what? That was actually one of our first times we ever spoke. You're talking to me about how
Really?
you couldn't do Bommal, and you was looking. That's the
There
first.
you
I
go.
think you watched my Conellia video back then. But,
Nice.
Yeah, but apart from that, I think in terms of accessibility, it's a rare champion that we can farm for free. I wouldn't say it's excessive in terms of speed. 240 is pretty decent to be able to go into those speed tunes. And is this something that you would recommend players to go for? Comparing that, you need to sit here and manual this and max up a rare champion. Would you put this on the top of a list here?
No, definitely not. Again, like you kind of know my feeling. I wouldn't bother personally. My thought, I had a quick glance at the gear, was that that's a lot of gear. Very intensive in terms of gear, I think, and it's a really miserable experience. So unless you really want to beat Bommal, I think I would rather not beat Bommal than do this. How long does it take him in the end?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That, guys. We will kind of rank them towards the end of the video as well, of which ones actually performed the best in terms of time and stuff. But
yeah,
wow, wait, so oh, this is him. He's just got off the screen. He's there. He's trying to eat me, and now he's just gone. Where's he gone?
Yeah, I know.
All right, we have now got 22 minutes. He did it in, which is pretty decent. But I can imagine that he was having a pain doing that. But just to get it done, Bommal 90 with a rare champion. I think that's a pretty cool thing to achieve.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Hellhades, he's got his mouth wide open. I don't know. I don't know what he's seeing. He must have got like a 6-star legendary soul or something.
There's a milkshake coming for his mouth. The straw, the milkshake. He's like, oh yeah, give me some of that.
God's sake, man. All right. All right, serious mode, YST, serious mode here. All right, so the theme that you guys are seeing here is another regeneration build. But the one thing that we do notice in comparison to ColdBrews with the Templar is the speed is significantly lower at 222 speed for Helicath. And in terms of the stats, it does look intensive again, but I believe you can drop down to that 70,000 threshold. I just think it's a bit of an overkill here, yeah.
That's actually super easy then to build, because like his base stats are so much higher. So you compare it, if you factor in the base stats, it's like across the board way easier to build than the first one.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Make sure you guys check out the video in full to like get a full grasp on the actual HP you do need. But traditionally in these solo strategies, from what I've built, 70,000, around 3.5k defense is usually the amount that you need to survive the hits. Now, the upside of a Helicath would be Spirit Affinity. So when you're tanking the bombs, tanking the raw hits, it's actually great to have this as you get that chance to weak hits. So, all right. So in terms of stats and all of that stuff, how do you think this one's going to perform in comparison to the Templar?
I'd say it's quite a bit faster, because Helicath does hit reasonably hard. I don't know. It depends if it's full auto as well, which shaves off some time. I'm still going to say it's probably like 15 minutes or something. You could use probably Brimstone, would speed it up a ton though.
Yeah.
This was obviously made before Brimstone.
I was just about to say that if you could do a solo strategy of a legendary champion and start to bring in Brimstone, you can actually turn these solo strategies into speed runs, in my opinion, depending on the star rating. Because hypothetically, if you've got a 6-star blessing on a Helicath, that's insane, because you'll be proccing that Brimstone every other turn, right? Which scales off the max HP. But
this is
Hades. I don't know where.
Plant a little kiss on his cheek.
You know what? I don't even know what he's looking at. Wait, where's he looking? Let's see. He must have his screen on the floor or something. I don't know. All right.
So, a little tickle.
Sorry, Hades. Forgive my friend here. Like, he's just.
He's not impressed. Oh wait, it's this side. He's not impressed. He is absolutely fuming right now at this.
Oh, he's falling asleep, man. All right. So this one here, what I want to see is this full auto? And I believe that it is, which is the plus. So he gets brownie points for this one. But the only thing is that you need a 1-turn or 3-turn setup where you actually A1 with the skills in the first bit. So if we have a look here, so he's going to manually A1 right here. I think he does that 3 times. So that's just probably the thing that's allowing him to drop down to those speed thresholds and actually manage to pull this off. So that's the 3 turns, and then from here, he's put his hands up, so I'm just assuming he says that's auto there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think in terms of spirit affinity, it was a fusion. I don't think it's as gear intensive as the ones we've seen in the past. What do you think about this one? Would you rank this one very high?
Yeah, I think this is a really good one. I mean, the big downside is that it's, you know, your Helicath that you've probably good chance you use for your clan boss and maybe Iron Twins.
Yeah.
You can't use that same build. You'd have to re-gear him every 3 months or so if you're going to do this once. It's going to be awkward to actually farm with this, and especially with the needing the setup. But, you know, I think that, you know, Helicath is a champion that makes sense to book, makes sense to have fully mastered. So it's not the worst thing in the world to re-gear him specifically for this. So I think it's quite good, and it gears not too bad actually compared to other solo strategies. Yeah, so it's a decent one for sure.
He's looking like he's surviving. He's not really dropped below the 50% HP, but right here, I think this is why he's got so much HP, because right now, oof.
Yeah, that's low. All right. Yeah.
It is oof.
That's very low. Yeah. Okay.
So I think that HP was probably why he's put that on. So
yeah. It's still not too bad gear wise.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
What was the final time on that one?
Oops. Good for reminding me. So the final time for this one was 17 minutes. Yeah. So, but the upside is it's full auto. So that gets the brownie points. All right. ColdBrew's back again. He's just staring at me again. Are you back again here, YST? Get out of here, man. Oh, man. He's going to flag my video as copyright.
He will, yeah. He grew a beard really quick as well.
Yeah.
Is there anything this man can't do?
Oh, look at him. He's growing a beard like very quick there. But, yeah. All right. So in terms of this one, this is your favorite chick. Where is she? Oh, no, it's not this video. Wait. Is it? It is. Lady Annabelle, the new champion.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why we just blocked off with the skills and all that good stuff. But he's definitely happy once again. But it's actually really cool that this champion came in and was like a straight out replacement for Burengiri. And for any of you guys that's unaware of that Shadowkin champion, the way that the passive works is it's like it heals by 50%, I believe, of the damage inflicted from enemies. Yeah. So whenever this champion heals the champion by 50% of their max HP whenever an ally or enemy dies. So as he's put up here, Burengiri, they got very similar passives, but the only difference is that Lady Annabelle is spirit affinity. So very similar to the Helicath, you're able to tank those hits that you're getting throughout the run and be able to survive off those regeneration sets because you're not getting bombs procced on you. And that is literally the only difference between Burengiri and Lady Annabelle. Let's see the stats here. So he did do regeneration as well, of course. So he's gone for 70,000. That's the threshold that I kind of recommended earlier. The 3.5k defense. 236 speed, I think, is reasonable with those stats. And the crit rate, crit damage, and everything else doesn't matter. So
yeah, it's good. It's a lot of defense, but yeah, it's very reasonable. Yeah, the HP is not super high.
Yeah, so pretty decent. Let's see. Masteries, of course, is going to be the War Master again. He's gone for the counter attacks. I did not expect. He needs to use that one of his sharpful videos.
That's the new thumbnail face right there. Every video now.
Good. All right. So how's he got this set up here? Lady Annabelle. So I'm assuming that it's just going to be full auto, but the rest he's just kind of manipulated the rest. I can't see why it wouldn't be. But once again, guys, everything will be in the pinned comment below. Let's see. So.
And using Kale for the aura as well.
Yeah, I believe so. The HP% aura is allowing that, so.
Yeah.
Pretty clever.
Even a really small one.
And I think ColdBrew was actually the first person to actually make this work. So a big shout out to ColdBrew. Make sure you guys go drop a sub to everybody's channels, including this guy here. He's just loving all the facial expressions today.
I am. Yeah, no, this one is really impressive. Like this is the second newest strategy, as far as I'm aware. Very impressive one.
I think this is one of my favorite ones, actually, because she does have a 2-time hitter, great for War Master procs. So I actually think this is going to be one of the fastest ones because we're not getting weak hits, there's no debuffs here, and she's just whacking out the raw damage.
Yeah, well, I mean, War Master doesn't matter how many hits there are, it's the same. But I guess the downside is, as an epic, while she's easier to get and to book, you won't have the Brimstone to speed it up, but looks like it's going to be a reasonable speed anyway.
It is looking pretty decent.
Probably about 15 minutes again.
Wow.
No, faster,
13 minutes.
Nice.
Congratulations, ColdBrew. You've won the faction games.
Yeah.
But wow. Okay, that one really impressed me. I kind of saved these videos before reacting to it. I didn't really want to watch them first, so I think this one deserves top spot so far. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. This one's the best one so far. Yeah.
Really,
Definitely
really,
is.
that's really, really strong. Congrats, man.
It looked so safe as well, right?
Yeah.
It looked very safe.
All right.
Oh, who's this Joker over here? Look at this.
I don't know, man.
Oh my
It's just like a merch plug. Just YST hats. Store live now, guys. Go get yourself a hat. All right, so I'm pretty sure you've seen this one, this solo strategy.
I've seen this one.
As everyone's aware, I did try this out for a very long time, and I did make this speed tune ages ago as well, but we couldn't make it work because of the what's it called? The amount of damage that the 40% max HP on the Dread Bombs was using. And very similar, this is actually the most unique, well, even though that I kind of made up the strategy, I'm not just saying it, this is the most unique solo strategy for Bommal, in my opinion. And the reason being is, you're actually speed tuning it, not just tanking hits. The other ones are block damage. The other ones are like just surviving hits with affinity breakers and stuff like that. But this is the first one that's literally surviving on a gear set that's not block damage to actually get through this. So, yeah, so before floor 50, it's with regeneration sets and mortal sets, all of them work. We do have videos on the channel if you guys want to check them out. And it's a very different speed tune where we're going around 250 speed, trying to keep up to the speed of Bommal himself and tuning in between the small 10 meter gaps on the Dread Bombs. And that was one strategy, which was pretty cool. But this one here, Frenzy Gear, this is going to allow us to actually cut in before each Dread Bomb. So one will proc, the other one wouldn't. And then the 1-star blessing is the reason why this one can actually win. So I'm not sure how much brownie points we can give this one. What do you think? Because it is relying on a 1-star blessing. But I think
that's the one downside, yeah.
Is the one downside. But away from that, it was a fusion epic champion that everybody could have got in the past from Mother Cybele. She's great for every other area in the game, for arena, the new Sand Devil boss, faction wars, you name it. She's such a universal champion, so you're not wasting your books on her. That's a plus. And yeah, and it's actually the slowest speed tune out of every single one we've seen today, going at only what's the speeds I put? I forgot YST. We're going at 217, so we whopped out at the slowest of the bunch. And I think it's actually, and it's the only one that's not using regeneration to survive off the hits.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Yeah. So you don't have to invest your regen gear for this solo strategy. You can use Frenzy, which you're going to pick up anyway, and not many champions, if any, almost use it. So that's very interesting.
There's very situational champions like Skytouch Shaman, now Conellia, that you can actually have a use for your Frenzy set. And if you build Conellia in this one way, it's one of the speed tunes that you could take into every single difficulty, normal 10, 50, 90, even hard Doom Tower, and the same speed tune is working for every single one. And I think that's pretty cool.
That's really strong, yeah. Would it work for the other bosses that she can solo? This exact build?
The thing is, it's very weird because with Scarab King, you need resistance. So you do have to change the build for specific ones. Same thing with Griffin. You need resistance.
Gotcha.
So, but the thing is, for one champion, just to be able to swap around a gear set, like spend 100k silver per rotation, like it's pretty cool. But this one, the upside is full auto. Just don't bring through super tanky. I don't want to hear myself. Sorry, guys. So yeah, full auto, not a problem. You can bring in any nukers you want. You don't have to do any setup, and you just let it run. And the way that it works is, sleep goes up. You heal by the value of the sleep. Full 10 meter as well. The Dread Bombs are going to explode. I think I went back to show everybody how it's done. Let's see here. What are you talking about, YST? Get off the screen, man. This is why I get dislikes on my videos. Just looking at it, I'm getting annoyed watching myself.
There's always going to be dislikes. That's the way. There always is. There's always someone that hates.
Yeah, so basically, just to break it down, guys, the way that this works is full auto. We're placing the sleeps, getting hit from Bommal, waking up, and the Carapace Blessing, which is the 1-star rare blessing, was actually the key to beat this. As right here, let's just see the Dread Bombs explode. YC, please, just let the video play.
But I mean, like it's not that much of a cost really. The rare blessing, like it's quite cheap to buy just the 1 star, which is all you
Yep.
need. Just buy the 1 star thing. It shows up probably about once every month or so in the shop on average, I'd say. So yeah, I think that's not really that much of a barrier for entry, is it?
Yeah. So we're just gonna see here one more sec. Right here, so right here, boom, explode, sleep goes up, and the carapace procs, which allows us to have a 10% damage mitigation from the boss, and that's kind of why we're winning that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So in
That's
terms
so
in
cool.
terms of the actual run, it does say 20 minutes, right? But that all comes down to the first 2 waves. So if you can actually get through the first 2 waves, you can cut this down by like another 3-4 minutes. So I'd say a realistic time would be so I'd say around 16, 17 minutes. But
Yeah.
you don't need a speed aura. You just need a HP percent one and a 1-star blessing, which hopefully you guys can find in your shops and get this done. So would you rank this one pretty high? Not just because it's me, just for the team.
Yeah, I'd rank it pretty high because it is full auto. I think probably it seems like the Lady Annabelle one is an easier one.
Yeah.
Because she has the affinity advantage. And a bit easier to gear, I think, overall, because again of affinity advantage. But yeah, no, this one seems very good too. This is one of the better ones for sure, just because it's like full auto. It's probably technically, I mean, all of the solo strategies are on a technical level, like always very impressive. But I think this is probably on a technical level, the most impressive one. Like cutting in with Frenzy set and then the Conellia passive and the blessing, with the bombs, like that's insane.
It's the first time that I ever made up this tune. I'm telling you, now, I was there for hours, man. Every time I did
I'd say,
because look how long the runs are, 20 minutes a pop. It's not like a dungeon run.
Yeah.
All right, he's back.
He's back.
I don't know what he's looking at this time. He's
like, don't you dare tickle me again. Don't even think about it.
Tickle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, regeneration is back, and we got Kyoku with 300 speed. That is the one thing that stands out here. What do you think about this, man?
It's not a lot of HP, but it's a heck of a lot of speed. Yeah, definitely a lot of speed. Actually, speed set instead of an immortal set alongside it.
Yeah,
regen and speed to get there.
Really interesting. So let's have a look. What was his overall stats here? Did he show them?
There we go. Oh.
Where's it gone, man? What? It was just there. There it is.
There it is.
All right. So what? Wait, I swear to God, I just clicked it.
Oh, yeah. It might be there. There we go.
So, all right, 300 speed or 294. My God, it just looks insane, man. So, if you guys can make it work, good luck. Let's see. I wonder how many people actually do this, but it's a pretty cool concept, I'd say. So, congrats to Hades for coming up with this.
Yeah. Is this one full auto as well?
I believe it is. We'll see if he takes his hand off the keyboard.
Yeah. That's when you know.
From the boss.
Oh, we're hearing him again. Let's get on. They muted them all beforehand. So I think it is full auto.
Yeah, there's no icons beside me, so it must be. Very cool.
Very cool. So she's got the 3-turn block damage. So that's what's making this work here, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting. I wonder how long this one's going to take. How long do you think?
I think it's probably going to be a bit faster because she does pretty decent damage. I suppose she's not going to get the triple hit, right? Because he probably can't put any. I didn't pay attention to the accuracy, but you probably can't have any accuracy.
Yeah.
So do extra bombs. So there's no weaken and therefore no triple hit. So her damage is going to be a bit lower.
But I think the speed is so fast because she does extra turns, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a quick enough run. Probably looks like it's going to be about 10 minutes, maybe.
Oh, look. Grand reveal. How long did you do it in Hades? 5 minutes.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right.
He's got that. Look at that smile. He knows he's done good.
Oh, if that was faction games, we would have failed that, man. My gosh.
He might have the win in the bag right there.
Wow. But okay. Pros and cons. Speed is just very, very hard to get, especially in a regeneration set. That one would be having a Kyoku. She is a legendary champion, and you'd have to summon her. She wasn't any past fusions or anything like that. All guaranteed, as far as I'm aware.
She was a guaranteed. Yeah,
she was a guaranteed. So all right.
Yeah.
So all right, that's cool. Yeah, I think just the speed thing. I think getting the speed and regeneration, but in terms of speed, for the run, that's very, very impressive for Hard Doom Tower. So all right, pretty cool team. Let's get into the next one. It's my boy Soda Dragon Gaming, and he looks very angry today. He's like, "I'm coming for that record, YST." Yeah. He's actually
Maaatab.
he's gone for the Maaatab route, and I believe that it is full auto if you leave your champion unbooked. But his champion is booked, meaning that he needs to manual it, as far as I'm aware from what I got from this. I do see a Genzin over there, so well done for 6-star in that, Soda. And
I've never actually seen this one, which is crazy because I love Soda's videos, and I would have definitely clicked into it because it's Maaatab.
Yeah, pretty old really one. Came out in June.
Okay,
but he was the first person I've seen do it. So brownie points for creativeness. I always love that. Yeah, when people come up with it themselves. So let's see. Bommal Hard 90 is 239 to 249 speed. So in that hot spot, it's not too fast, not too slow. Let's have a look. So he's just going for a speed aura here. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's a big speed aura, mind you. That's the Lady Kimmy. That's unique.
So this.
So you might need a bit more speed.
So this one here is manual.
Yeah.
He's doing this right now. So in terms of this, I'd say the downside is if you pull a champion at Maaatab, you might want to book him, and having to hold. I don't know, but what does Maaatab do again? Can you record it apart from?
Yeah, well, he's got a provoke on a 3-turn that puts block damage on himself, and then he's got the team reflect damage and increased resistance. So I was actually going to say a pro of it is that he's actually not used in very many teams, so that like this is a champion that you might have laying around unbooked in your vault, and he could come in and do it then full auto apparently, which is
well, I guess cool. I should have said if you guys have already booked him, then that's the downside.
Yeah,
because then if you've already booked him up and you want to go and do the solo strategy, you gotta go pull another dupe or manual it like this. So
yeah, like I've got one, but he's booked. I'm pretty sure.
But in terms of time, before we get there, what do you think?
I'd say slower. I'd say probably 15. Oh, bit slower than that.
18 minutes. So just around that Conellia run, but she was full auto. So.
Okay, he doesn't have a wave clear champion in, so that slowed him down.
100%. Yeah. So this is I'll give him brownie points. This is a true solo strategy. It's like one man up with Lady Kimmy.
Pretty solid. Yeah.
Pretty impressive. I'll put it up there for sure. All right, here's me again, back in the day when I didn't have like a proper camera with a massive spot on my face.
Where's that? You've got the YST jumper, but not the YST hat.
Yeah, I couldn't afford it back then. All right. Crimson Helm. Everybody knows about this strategy. I wasn't the one to come up with this. It was somebody on Reddit the first time that I've seen this. As this video came out in 2021 December, so this time last year. But yeah, this one is the most tedious thing ever, and I'm not thinking to do this ever again. Sorry about that. I'm not going to do this ever again. I would rank this as probably one of the worst strategies out there, as it's scary as heck. It bugs the heck out. You don't even know how much HP she has or when to put the block damage up. It was it's a nightmare, man.
It is miserable to do it. Yeah, it's also because you need both of her abilities manually used at different times using your judgment calls.
Yeah,
it's miserable.
It's the worst one is when you used to get so low and then you make the wrong decision and it's like, nah. I'm pretty sure I punched my table once. I got so angry at this.
Yeah, I probably did the same.
So, all right, how are we ranking this one? Is this the worst one so far? Or would you put Templar worse than this?
It's between those two, isn't it? Yeah, it's between those two. I'm not.
Look at that! Oh, it's scary.
It's so close.
You guys, the thing that's so scary about this is, it's like you have to time the revive on death.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I must have edited that bit in there as well, if I'm not lying. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's scary. I think I have to put this at the worst one, you know.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the Templar one to know in depth. I'd say Templar may be worse, but I mean they're both pretty awful. I wouldn't recommend. Again, if it was me on a new account and I was like 6 months into the game and I'm looking towards the future, I'd be like, don't even bother. Don't even bother. Just skip it. Yeah, it's not worth it. Just like genuinely. You see that sacred shard? Just go buy a sacred shard in the shop for $25. Like max price, terrible pack. Just buy it. Your time is worth more than what you'll invest doing the strategy. Is my point of view anyway. Yeah. It's bad.
My God, I look tired over there. Look at that.
You do, yeah. You've just sat there for 20 minutes on bloody nerves. Oh my God, the knife's edge.
If you do this strategy, you're gonna look like that. After 20 minutes. Just be careful, man. Be careful. I'm telling you. All right, he's back again. He's flicking something.
He's back.
He's flicking paper at me and stuff, man. All right.
That's right.
ColdBrew, what you got for us again, man? He's got some 240 speed. Do you know what? I actually didn't know that this strategy was Bommal 90 worthy. I remember it had that
Yeah.
Burengiri effect where people couldn't get past 50. So let's have a look what you did here. So, all right. ColdBrew, you've done a funky edit this time. My gosh. All right, so he's gone 241 speed. Okay, so reasonable for speed. 85,000 HP, a bit on the high side, but all right.
Yeah, the base HP is high though. So
defense is a bit lower than some other ones, so that's kind of matching up with the HP percent.
Fairly straightforward gear, I'd say.
Yeah, so let's see how long this one took. So this one basically works like just raw damage, surviving off a passive. And let's see. So he did this one in 16 minutes. All right. 16 minutes, and I do believe that this one's auto as well, which is a plus because it's just a passive skill. So I like this one. I really do like this one. I'll probably put this one of the best ones out there, I think.
Yep. Probably. Yeah, that seems solid.
Yeah. He has got a speed aura, which is something to pay attention to, and he's probably got those masteries on, like Spirit Haste, to amplify the speed. Let's have a quick look at his masteries.
Yeah, I'm curious. That is one thing definitely to watch out for. Yeah, like Spirit, all of those masteries where you have to land killing blows or you have to have allies dead. That is a night. That was part of the Crimson Helm thing when I was doing it, and it's the worst to try to organize that. Whereas there was one of the runs, I can't remember which one, where they just went in with an ethos who just killed all the waves, and it was like, oh, that's so much easier. Yeah, so much easier.
So yeah. Apart from the fact that his eyes are gone now, he doesn't. I don't know what's happened.
Wait, what? I tabbed out. Oh my, oh gosh, that's freaky.
But yeah, all right. Let's just
story.
We'll rank. We're not going to say that any of these teams are trash. Being able to solo Bommal is a crazy thing in itself for a champion to do. Number 1, Templar. We're going to do from 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, do you know what? Let me get a little notepad out. All right, Nub. What are we choosing then? In your number 1 spot, which champion would you put at number 1 for yourself?
Ooh, that's a tough one. This is just like encompassing everything.
I'd say in your personal opinion. I'm not gonna say like flatline. This is the thing. You guys have to do it in this order. This is how you should prioritize it. In terms of like accessibility, the champions are being used elsewhere, not just Bommal, and the book situations and all of that stuff, and the gear requirements. Kind of what you would in your opinion, what you'd do.
So like I think I'm leaning towards Kyoku, actually, believe it or not. As that was sort of
what was she, the 300 speed one?
Yeah, I think I might. Like, so it's not accessible. That's the thing. It's not a very accessible build. You need the legendary. She needs to be booked. She needs really, really high speed. That's tough. But I think she did the run extremely fast. You add in Brimstone, it's going to be super fast as well. She's not super useful elsewhere in the game. Like, she'll be fine for like mid-game arena in that build too. Like, go in quick, put a ballet protection, cool. So yeah, I think that one's pretty decent. I actually really like that one. I think for speed farming with a solo champion, I think she's probably your best option.
Yeah, you have to give it that time blew me away. Like, what was it, like 6 minutes?
Yeah, it was really fast.
Yeah, that's obviously the downside is end game gear, but at the same time it is an end game Doom Tower. So if you guys can gear, it's easier to gear 1 champion very well than it is to gear 5 champions in very well gear as well. So I'd probably agree with you on that one, to be fair.
Okay.
Pretty strong one. Number 2, which one? Shall we agree on? Maybe it's between Conellia and Lady Annabelle for me for the number 2.
So I would put Lady Annabelle higher because it seems like it's easier to set it up. And then I think Conellia is really strong too.
I think I agree because you do need a blessing, which isn't the pure champion itself. You're relying on something else in the game to actually make it work. So
yeah,
I think Lady Annabelle, probably give it to her there. Number 4, I would give to Conellia though. Number 3, sorry.
I was going number 3. Yeah.
I would. I'm not just being biased because it's not a champion that you're just building for Bommal. If you build her like this, she's gonna carry into so many places and actually perform very well as well. So I think Conellia, because of all right, I'm being biased, guys. All right. You got it. You got it out of me. There you go. Yeah. So I put Conellia there, and then I probably, would you agree, Samar gemcursed for number 4?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm pretty sure he doesn't need to be booked, and he's just gonna do it.
I just think it's easy. You just click auto, you let it roll, and
yeah.
All right, number 5. We've got Helicath. We've got we have Crimson Helm, and we have Maaatab.
I'd put Maaatab, I think. it seemed maybe a little bit more gear intensive than some of the others, but seeing as he can do it, apparently full auto, unbooked. He's not a super useful champion, so you might well have him unbooked. I think that actually fits pretty well. Just slap him in unbooked as your Bommal solo. And again, he's got the legendary advantage with Brimstone. So I thought that was actually pretty impressive. I have to say, I'm so impressed with so many of these strats because I haven't seen them before.
Oh,
A lot of
really?
them.
I'm happy that I brought you on for this one then, because it's something I wanted to do. I was like, there's so many solo strategies out there. And in my comment section, I've done like so many Bommal videos, right? And it's always like, oh, which champion should I build for Bommal 90 for solo? And it's I don't think this video has been done before, so I thought it'd be a pretty cool one to dive into. All right, we've got 3 more champions left. Crimson Helm, we've got Templar and Helicath.
I mean, it's really a big gulf there, isn't there? Helicath, obviously.
I start typing it already,
like he seems really good for it too. But the downside for me is that is a champion that you need with very specific speed tunes for very relevant content, Clan Boss and Iron Twins. So I think, you could definitely re-mastery him and re-gear him every 3 months for Bommal, but you're not going to be able to farm Bommal because you need to farm Clan Boss and Iron Twins every day if he's in those teams. And he just needs to be booked for this as well, whereas Samar, Maaatab don't. And he's not as fast as Kyoku. But so Helicath, I think he's a good option, but there's a big opportunity cost, basically.
All right, we're down to the final 2. Are you going to go with Templar or bloody Crimson Helm, man? This is.
I'm gonna put. You know what? Just out of pure spite, gotta put Crimson Helm last.
All right, so Templar. Templar. Do you know? I think Templar does deserve it because he's farmable, and I think that's
okay. That's
plus.
Fair.
But Crimson Helm is just the worst thing you could ever do in this game. Please do not recommend. If it's like the last, guys, don't get me wrong. If this is like your worst case scenario, and you are dying to do Bommal today, Crimson Helm can do it, right? It's just that. I don't know if it's worth your brain power, man.
Yeah, like if I was to give them a letter ranking, for example, I'd probably give like the top 3 there, probably like S tier. I'd give them 4, 5, 6, probably like an A tier, and then I give Templar, Crimson Helm an F tier. Like in terms of like it makes it more stark in terms of that. What I think of that.
I guess this one here will just be like in terms of I don't know, like speed, gear intensiveness, accessibility. All that stuff, but I think they're pretty good. You guys let us know in the comment section how you would have kind of ranked these solo strategies, and make sure you guys go drop a sub to everybody that we spoke about in this video today, because it's been a blast with Nub talking about their facial expressions.
So, you gotta sub to ColdBrew, then unsub, then sub. I don't know. You gotta click it once or every time he's shown up here.
Rumor is that every single time you sub and unsub to his channel, he grows a bigger beard. So he might be Santa Claus. You might be Santa Claus. You never know. But yo, Nub, thank you so much for coming on the channel today. I appreciate your time and talking Bommal with me.
You're very welcome. Pleasure as always.
And we will be doing a collaboration over on your channel. Can you let us know what we're going to be doing?
We are going to chat about what we want to see from the Christmas Fusion and potential guaranteed events for Christmas. So, funny enough, by the time the video goes live, because I don't know when it's going live, the Fusion might have been revealed, so you can come and see if our predictions, our wish list, was
If it
was it met if they announce it? Yeah, was it on point or were we crazy? Be fun.
All right, guys. On that note, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Head over to Nub Rates to see part 2 and drop him a cheeky sub as well. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.